Subway has like a foot long cookie, pretzel, or churro. And I definitely want to get one of those. No, no, no. It's like three separate. Like, there's like a foot long pretzel, or like a foot long cookie, or like a foot long churro. Yeah, Def- definitely gonna run it up, bro. And the horse is pretty hype. You've been what's your school semester looking like? Yeah. You still engulfed in classes? Buddhism is sick. How many credits is that? Like, what? Around a little bit less than 20? Or is that 20? I think so. Not really sure. I don't remember that game. Need to play that jank. I actually do, yeah. I got to one of the bosses and I kept getting murked because like I guess like I have speedrunner like mentality where like I literally just want to speed blitz every single disgusting boss. And, and like it gets to the point where like power creep where like I'm my armor isn't the best and I kind of just get two shots, so like I'm playing one shot simulator, so I feel like I got to the point where like I had to grind a little bit, and that's when I stopped playing the game. The new Yakuza game is gonna come out in January, and I think that like once I'm done playing Persona and once the new Yakuza game comes out, I'm generally gonna be so MIA for like a hot minute. Yeah, I haven't been pretty hyped for a minute, dude. How are you and Brianna? Y'all been chilling? How long has it been? Like what? 2 years, I think. A year and a half. What's the biggest thing you learned being in a relationship? So, yeah. You're chilling. Yeah. I asked you a question, bro. You're giving like the disgusting goaded answer. I'll send you the whole notepad, bro. Yeah, there was one night where, sorry to interrupt, but there was like one night where like I got very frustrated. Um, and this was like pretty recent. Man, when's the last time I edited this? December 26th. Uh, I started writing down my thoughts about my first relationship and all the problems I had with it, and it kind of just went going. It just went going and going, and yeah. I respect that, bro. I definitely had my own issues too, like with my relationship. I definitely kind of I didn't know how to specifically balance like personal time and like friends. But the more the issue would just be like I didn't get the respect that I got in my relationship. Like there was one time where I went to go smoke with my other friends, and I came back, and the first I called her because like I'm lying in bed. I brushed my teeth. I did everything. I'm like high as fuck. I'm just I want to go to sleep. You know. I called it a night. It's like 12 in the morning. I call her, and she's like, "Oh, are you calling me because you have no one else to talk to, or like is this the high calling you, or like do you actually want to talk to me?" And and I was like, in that moment, I was very confused, but I was like, okay, I mean, I want to talk to you. Like, you're my girlfriend. Is that not a like big surprise? And she was like, oh, it's just my last relationships, all my life. And I'm sorry, this pissed me off. I understand that she was in how many relationships? What, like six, five? Whatever. You had a lot of problems with your prior boyfriends, right? And I'm sorry that you had bad problems, but 100% is not entirely their fault. You're if this is a common trope, you should know that you're part of the issue too. And she brought all that like a lot of the relationship shit to me, and I did not like that one bit, bro. Like, why are you doubting my love? Why are you doubting my affection? Why are you my time I spent towards you, my energy? Like, why are you constantly doubting this? And I like it just made me so frustrated to the point where like I didn't want to talk to her for like 4 days, bro. Like it became a chore. And well, wallahi, I didn't want that. I swear on my life, I didn't want that. I thought I would be super happy if I got a girlfriend because this is my first girlfriend. I found a girl that actually liked me a lot, and like, well, one of the times I'll always bring this up. I literally wrote this down in the notepad I just sent you, but I yeah, I sent you all three. It was like three janks, but there was one time where I drove my dad to Pennsylvania, and it was like a 4 hour drive, and this is like in the afternoon. So I came back around nighttime, and I was so tired. I just skipped dinner, and I just went straight to sleep. And she was like, I woke up to messages about her saying how I'm being distant, and I was like, how am I being distant exactly? My dad has been home. I've just been helping my dad. Like, you know my family situation. How like I'm not happy with my family. I get treated like shit. Like I'm in a constant lose lose scenario, and yet you still think that I'm intentionally ignoring you. And I got so frustrated, and I was just like, at that moment, I finally started to like lose like my interest in her, where I was like, deep down, I was getting more pain like in my heart, where I just wasn't happy with the state of the relationship, and that made me so frustrated. I was like, oh, you're my girlfriend. You're supposed to be my ride or die. Why are you letting your ex bully the shit out of me, like flame the shit out of me for no reason? Why are you? You're not even defending me in any of this. You didn't like help me when I and like, oh my god, did I? And she's a wonderful person. She's very nice, but my god, she should not be in a relationship. It just, and when we broke up, she tried drinking herself to death. Like she literally gave herself alcohol poisoning. And I DM'd her so much. I called her. I was about to call her brother. I was about to call her mom. I was literally about to call her family. And she was like, "You don't even care about me. You're gonna forget me." The whole relationship, she literally said, "You're gonna forget about me. You're gonna forget about me. You're gonna forget about me." I'm like, come on. What do you want me to do? Like, I'm I'm drained of my whole family constantly putting me through hell, and I'm trying my best to see the optimistic shit in my life. I don't want to see any more negative shit. Clearly, when someone as smart as you to know that you don't need to put more shit on my plate, and it just, I got so like, I'm gonna be completely honest. There was so many nights where I blatantly just cried to myself because I was like, I can't handle this shit. Why am I getting online and I deal with my girlfriend's problems, and I get offline and I deal with my family's problems, and then like what do I do? I'm so depressed. I'm so sad. I just cry, and it's just like I felt so betrayed because as my girl, like I finally, I didn't even intentionally like ask you out like in they're like instantly. I gave you like 4 months. Like I I felt like that was more than enough time to show you who I am. We've known each other for practically a year, and you're still doubting like my character, my judgment, like who I am. You don't have a good sense of how I am, who I am, and I felt betrayed. So I was so depressed, and like I'm still like upset about the relationship, but I'm more like happy that I'm out of this very toxic relationship. Not really, man. Yeah. Not really, but I mean, it is just like, and there's times where like it's very frustrating. There in games, like when we're talking with like, for example, like something about like relationship or girls gets brought up, and it's like they ask me a question about it. I have to fucking choose my words, or she generally becomes like so depressed. I brought up like marriage at some point, and she literally like left the call. She got so like annoyed, and I told her, I was like, "What's wrong?" And she just kept like, her first instinct was to just blatantly just like blame, and like become so depressed and emotional, and I understand that when we're broken up, like, I shouldn't say some things, like, I guess, but we're, this is like 5-6 months after like the relationship ended, and I want to be able to talk to my friends, and when I mention how I want the person I marry want to be my ride or die, I really do mean that. And it's just, Jesus Christ, like, I got frustrated because it also, like, it came from the heart too. Like, Erica, she's very nice, but she's never ride or die material, if that makes sense. Like, she didn't stand up for me when her boyfriend, or not her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend flamed the shit out of me because he was lying to other people about my name, about who I am. She, TLDR, bro, like, pretty much, she had her friends. One of the dudes' name is Doggo, like, that's his user. And bro Jordan, which is Erica's ex-boyfriend, went to Doggo and started, like, shit talking about me, saying how, like, I'm like, I stole her, I'm like some mean person, and then I can't be trusted, and he was basically just slandering me. And Doggo, what DM'd me, he was like, is this true? Like, is what he's saying, like, very factual? Like, and I told him, I was like, none of this is true. I didn't try to steal Erica from Jordan. I didn't try to do any of this stuff. My best intentions were to get Erica out of that toxic relationship. I wanted her to see the truth that nobody else was showing her because I guess she was blind or something. I don't know. And I DM'd him. I was like, why are you saying this shit, bro? You need to grow the fuck up. And he told me to eat shit and die. And he slandered me and shit. And he talked to Erica, and he was flaming to Erica about me. And Erica didn't even say anything. Like, and that pissed me off. And I was like, dude, come on. Yeah, we were. This was February. I literally remember the day, like, we were watching Chainsaw Man. And she was like, and I told him off, and he blocked both of us. And she got mad at me because I told him off. She was like, I never got to say my piece. I was like, bro, you were broken up since November, October, and it's February. You had 3 months to say however you felt about that 3-year toxic relationship, but the day that I defend myself, that I get harassed and flamed, is when you get mad at me. Are you kidding me? I went to sleep so angry, and that day, I don't know what happened, but I got mind controlled to guilt trip myself into believing that bullshit that she said, that it was all my fault. Why did I believe that? I'm generally speaking the truth. I'm not saying it as in, like, my side of the story. That was genuinely the truth. I defended myself. Why did she get mad at me? Oh, because he blocked both of us, and she never got to say however she felt about the relationship. Even though you had however long. Like... And I had to lie to her and tell her, like she told me, were you ever happy in the relationship? And I told her, I said, yeah. But, like, I like, the relationship was just, like, super unfun and cringe. I hated it so much. I hated my first relationship. And I cried so much about it too, and it's just like, ugh. I 100%. Hold on, let me call you on my phone. I'm gonna head upstairs. One sec. Give me like 2 minutes.
Hello? I saw my dad was coming soon. I had to shut off the PC and everything. Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm out of breath. Yeah, and it's pretty funny because you were actually helping me like get into it too, and I was so excited to get into a relationship, but I didn't foresee how toxic that shit would be. Yeah. And I broke up with her, and I told her I told her I said I wanted to be more religious in my life, and especially when I get married, I want to be able to have my kids deal with my religion. I want to be able to go to Mecca and go to the mosque and go to the Kaaba. I just wanted to be more religious. And she was like, at first she was like, okay, I'll come with you. I'll I'll help you with this. And I was like, okay, this is pretty hype. And then I found out that she's like anti-religious. She's like she's not agnostic, but like in like a way. And I told her, I was like, that I respect you for your like belief, but that's gonna affect our kids if we're ever gonna get married, and I do not want that. I want to be able to truthfully tell my parents and look them in the eye and tell them that there's nothing going on with my marriage. And she got really offended and saying how I chose religion and my morals over her. And I was like I was like you're willing to lie to like my family. You know how important my religion is to my family, but being in this relationship, it's like I don't want to lie if we're ever gonna take this like super serious. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to break this off. And I was like, dude, that day was like the worst day because like it brought everything bad. Yeah, religion got religion got brought up multiple times, and each time I tried convincing her, but like I can't force somebody, obviously, because first of all, that's very messed up, and second of all, it's not my choice; it's their choice. I I really really want my wife to be a part of like my religion, and like if they want to go to meet my parents, I don't have to lie. And I felt like if I would stay in this relationship and take it seriously, like that at all. Sorry, my bad. I I said staying in this relationship and taking it seriously like would technically be lying to my family, and I didn't want that at all. So that was one of the biggest like things that I broke up with her about. I was like, ugh, dude, whatever, bro. Like, I hope you understand. And she was like, I don't understand, but I kind of do. And she, like, no, she took it very bad. It was a mix of everything, and that's when she tried to like literally killing herself. I was just like, ugh. I think it was like June 29, bro. I remember I was like, or June 26th, June 26th, and like I I stayed up like all night like trying to talk to her and her parents, and the first picture I tried to, and she sent me a snap of her in the hospital bed, and I was like what happened? And she was like, you don't even care about me, forget it. And I was like, ugh. Dude, she was very emotionally unstable that day, and I guess I'll cut her some slack about that. But like to say that I'll constantly forget her and the whole like literally this may sound cunty, but like 3 months into like the relationship, this is around like February. I knew this relationship would be doomed. Like I couldn't sustain this relationship seriously and be happy about it. And Nick knew. I told Nick, I was like, deep down, I don't think I'm okay with this relationship. I What you said? When we first had our talk about religion, and like, yeah, I brought up religion and how I want my kids to be involved in it as much as I am, because obviously, like it's the way I've been brought up. I want to do it differently though, not like very like forced like my dad, but I want to make it where it's like a very happy, natural thing. I want to teach my kids and pursue religion all at the same time. And she didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay. I knew deep down, like, I was talking to my sister. I was like, yeah, she's not really feeling like the religion part, and I can't change her like that. And I knew that was like the initial moment. Like I started crying. I was like, fuck, this relationship is gonna be something. So yeah, and that was that day. It was like in February or January. Priority. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and oh, dude, there was another thing where I'm trying to remember. Hold on. It was damn, hold on. I literally had it. Okay, well I guess I forgot it, but that this whole thing was oh yeah, I remember now. So I told her that I wanted to become a psychologist in the future, and yeah, like it was one of like my bigger goals, but that I wanted to do. Like it's like a kind of like a dream job. I want to be able to talk to people about their feelings, and I think one of my biggest traits, like personally, is that I'm very compassionate, like about others people's feelings, and I understand how they go through or what they go through. I think that's you too. I think you're a very compassionate like dude too. So that's major respect, and I think that's why I've always drew like close to you because like me. Okay, what I'll say what I'll say about you in a little bit after I finish this thought. I don't want to forget it, but I told her I wanted to become a psychologist, and she was like, I don't think you'd be very good at it. And I was like, huh? She was like, you're empathetic, but you're not sympathetic. I was like, huh? Well, what makes you say that? And she was like, you're not very like happy about talking about death, and you're very avoidant about it. And I told her, I was like, I'm not happy about talking about death to you because you tried to commit multiple times, and why would I ever talk about that to a victim of someone who tried to commit themselves? Like, I'm sorry, but like I like you're my girlfriend, and I do not want to bring this topic up whatsoever because this is a topic that we both gain nothing from it. This is a depressing ass topic, especially with someone like you, where you literally tried to kill yourself. Like, I'm sorry. And she was like, yeah, but you never really like talking about the topic. Okay, have my friends ever talked about me about death? No, I've never brought it up with them, so I can't really show you or anything, or you haven't even heard. But I'm fine with talking about death. I'm not fine talking about death with you. And I guess she kind of got offended, and I was like, this is like, you gotta realize, like, this is like, I'm not doing this because I want to make you jealous or hurt. This is common sense to me. I don't want to talk about rape or like alcohol in front of a person who's like has problems with that. Like if someone is like a rape victim, I don't want to make like, oh, I'm gonna rape you jokes. Or if someone's alcoholic, I'm not gonna make jokes about like haha drowning myself in disgusting like I don't know bourbon, right? Like it's common sense. I don't want to talk about death to somebody who tried to do that multiple times. That's just not me. And she took offense to that, and I was like, yeah, it was a whole argument. I just got annoyed. That's pretty pretty much all. Mhm. Yeah, it does not make sense to me either, dude. It is. I can try to pull up the DMs and and try to send it to you, but yeah, it's just that I really thought we were very similar, and in terms of um how we think, but literally going through the relationship, it turned out to be so much more different. I was like, yeah, but yeah, but going back to earlier about, I think me and you were kind of like emotional kind of guys, right? I and I think that's what drew me and you like a lot closer than other people, because like I know one thing for sure is that me and you, we don't really have like this toxic masculinity kind of like thing, you know, like we embrace, like we have compassion, we have like empathy, we have all these sort of feelings that, you know, what a lot of like a lot of guys have issues with. And I think that's one of the biggest things why I genuinely favor you so much in my life. Not just because you're empathetic. Obviously, you know, like you have really cool like features. Like, you know, you're one of my best friends who I grew up with. You're one of the only people that like that genuinely looked out. Like you know the ins and outs of me, bro. And I'm not ashamed to like say anything like to you. And it's just like, and I think that's why I always like, no matter how long we go without talking, dude, we can always just like wrap everything up just like normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course. No, no, I completely agree. Like Erica brought up like some points about how her friends like really like she had some other art friends, and she would constantly say like the most depressing shit ever. And I know I can be a depressing guy, I ain't gonna lie. But she would constantly like bring up like how her art, like, no, like her friends would constantly just like flame it, and I was like, huh? Like, did you talk to them about that? Did they say that to you directly? And she would go like, no, man, but people said it to me in the past. And I was like, oh, so you had a couple bad cookies, and now you don't like cookies because you've never met a good one, and or you've just got a bad batch. And I don't know, just like she constantly like bring down her friends, and I was like, you need to talk to them more. You need to like, if they're not saying any of this stuff, they're not saying anything behind your back, dude. Yeah. No, I mean you're 100% correct. Like one of the things I think you could be true friends with somebody if there's literally like you guys are just doing your own thing and you do not feel like you have to talk. You know what I mean? Like for example, like if me and you like let's say if my dad wasn't here, well, obviously we'd be talking a lot, but there'd be gaps where like you're kind of just focused on your Elden Ring and I'm focused on like reading something in Persona, and we're literally just vibing. We don't have to fill in this void of just chill. Like, I think that goes so unappreciated. Just being able to decompress and not having to like do anything. Just being able to be in your friends' presence is enough for me, bro. Like, like so. Now, like, for example, if me and you and Nick get an apartment in the future, and I'm literally just like in the living room because I got tired of playing video games in my room, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done with all my homework, or let's say I'm done with school at the time. I'm not working, like I'm not doing much. I'm literally just watching a show or something, and you literally just pull up, and you literally just like we can literally just be watching the show together, or like watching YouTube, or I don't know, literally just going on our phones. Like we don't have to do anything, and I feel like I have to like fill that void with other people, dude. Yeah. I I feel that 100%, dude. And I think to this day, like mate, when I write like my wedding speech or something like that, or something important, I'm definitely gonna bring up the fact that you literally just hit me up like in the parent teacher conference just to watch some. I think that's one of the best decisions that I ever like have. I swear, like like I'm always gonna say this. Like deep down, I genuinely probably wouldn't be like. I'd probably be like in a hospital, or I'd probably be like even dead, dude. Like there, there's like there's so many choices in my life that I genuinely like. I was so down bad, and it's just I didn't see any happiness like, and if it weren't for like you guys, dude, especially like you and Nick, I dude, I definitely like would have been croaked. I definitely wouldn't be like the same, dude. I genuinely think I had so much thoughts like back then, and I'm always gonna like thank you guys just for being like the friends that I really needed, the family that I really needed. Like like you guys are genuinely inspirational, and you guys definitely impacted my life so much. And I think that it was meant to be that we were friends like that. Yeah, 100%. Dude, one thing I'm always down with is obviously talking to my disgusting brothers, my boys. Just like being able to just completely be myself. Like recently, I posted a video of me, Connor, and Nick joking around, and I posted it for like shits and giggles, and some dude literally called us cringe, and I was like, okay, like, I was like, I didn't even respond to the comment. I literally just ignored it. I was like, dude, some dude called us cringe, bro. Like, I don't feel. No, this is on YouTube. This is like a. It was one of my most recent videos. It's actually my. Oh yeah, it was like 30 seconds, 20 seconds. And dude literally called us cringe, and I was like, what? I didn't even. Yeah, we weren't even cringe like that. I didn't even think we were cringe. Like, I'm able to just expressively like express myself in ways that I do not feel ashamed, you know? Like, in other groups, I would always have to use, like, I swear, like, okay, Group A humor will always be the king to me, because I do not feel, like, weird about Group A humor, like you guys. Group B, I would always have to, like, hide some sort of, like jokes. Like, I'm, like, always, like, shutting off, like, 65% of myself in Group B. Because, like, they either get offended or they don't like the jokes, or they're just not used to like the way that Group A jokes work, you know. Dude, like I feel like I definitely do understand, dude. Like, obviously you don't say like a lot of super vile stuff, but like you definitely hold back so many funny jokes, bro. Like, it's like, oh my god, this would have been so funny if I said this, but these people don't understand. Like, it's definitely normal with women, but I also feel like it's attention-seeking, like cunts too, and do that. Like the molesting jokes, like I have not now. That, that's so, dude. The most energy consuming shit is literally laughing at Group B humor. Like, come on. Like, it's so corny. Dude, I feel you. Like, when when I was in class with Omid, like long time ago, dude, me and Omid, like we were blatant. Like we would say a lot of like vile jokes, because obviously like the people around us were super chill, and I'd go straight to like my next class, and I'd go like there's some other people that I would talk to, and I'd literally just like I would have to joke about like I don't even know, bro, like milk spilling. Like, how's that funny? Um, Usually it would be with David's friends. Like now I don't care. Like everybody like in Discord. I think online is a lot different. Online I kind of did hold back a bit, but like recently, like I've been hanging out with some of like David's friends, but I've literally just been like just genuinely like myself, and I've been seeing a lot of people actually like me. And excuse me, but I would hang out with David's friends IRL, like Tyseer, and some dude named like Tyler. I don't even know. And like they like I literally cannot make a joke that's like I can make to you guys, or else like they think it's corny or they think it's cringe or it's like why y'all think like that, bro? Like a joke is a joke, you know. Like if it's funny, it's funny. They're all cornballs, bro, and they all do nothing but listen. They're like the generic teenage boys. Like they just listen to rap. They go on TikTok and constantly complain about how depressed they are. Like like they're the generic teenage boys, and I stopped hanging out with them because of it. Like literally, recently, one of my group B friends, one of the mutuals like died in like a car accident, and one of the guys blatantly just said like a vile joke, like I was like, bro, you are so young, it hurts. Like read the room. Give me one second. Let me peep it real quick. Yeah. So this is a white kid, and they're talking about the death of the dude, and bro, literally, your son said, "Yeah, bro, pray for this nigga's family." And everybody's like flaming him. He's like, "Dude, that's fucked up." And he's like, "No, that's a bit much, bro." Like, I don't know. They're all ill. Craig and all of them. I think I have. Is he in the castle? Do you know what build you're going or no? That's true. I'm gonna go get ice cream.